Okay, so here we are again, and we would like to talk a little bit more about sushi. Now, there's two basic types of sushi, aren't there? Is that right?
Four.
Four types, which are, could you tell us, what are the four types?
So, Edomae sushi or Tokyo style sushi, which is eaten widely worldwide.
Edomae, Mai or Edomae, Mae or Mai?
Mai.
Mai, okay.
Edomae sushi.
But the kanji might be Maed, is it?
Or kanji, when you are texting or writing, Edomae, but we don't pronounce mae, Edomae.
So I think we said earlier, you were
Correct.
saying that's like the way of Edo.
Yes,
Is that right?
Edomae sushi.
Edomae sushi. That's the
Yes.
first type. Now, what about the second type? What are we looking
Osaka sushi.
at? Osaka sushi.
Osaka style sushi.
Okay.
Okay?
And what's the difference basically between Osaka style and the Tokyo style?
Okay, so let's talk about the Edomae or Tokyo style. So Edomae sushi, you have to get a license to do. I mean,
Of
many
course.
places doing without license, but the sushi master's point of view, making an Edomae sushi without a license called considered sacrilege.
Of course it wouldn't be anywhere near the
So,
standard.
like-
But,
Yes.
as the comical chef, there's the sort of semi-professional. Your
Correct.
sushi tastes really, really good when I eat it anyway. But we're not eating the Edomae
I'm
sushi,
making Osaka style.
Osaka style, and that's what we're going to be teaching.
Yeah, I love Osaka style. So Osaka style, now, you need a skill. However, so you make the wood brick, like a molding. You put the rice,
Put the
and
rice.
then vinegar rice, a sushi meshi or sushi rice.
Sushi meshi.
Yes, so you mean sushi rice.
Vinegar
So
rice.
vinegar rice. So vinegar, sake, some people do, and then some salt,
Yeah.
some sugar.
And not too much sake, just a
Just a bit.
dabble. Did you?
Just a bit. You know,
A
I
little
would rather put more, but anyway. So okay.
And
Yes.
I guess the type of osake that you put it on
Yes.
can change the taste a little
yes,
bit.
depending on sushi masters or restaurant chefs, they're gonna determine. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's optional. Yeah. And then you make some, seasoned rice. So anyway, so on top of that, you put the fish. Now, most people would think it doesn't have to be seafood or undercooked seafood. I say no.
It can be something else.
Vegetables.
Vegetables is fine. So in sushi, it's not just raw fish. Vegetables also
Not
fine.
necessarily,
No,
yeah.
no big deal to use vegetables.
Yes. So those of the vegans or vegetarians, you can make some a mushroom sushi if you want to.
Why not? I mean, it's very delicious.
Shiitake mushroom.
Yeah,
So
of
you have
course.
to simmer in sweet soy sauce. Then you julienne these, and then you put that over the rice cake, and then you put hard press molding into the molding.
Hard press molding.
Yes, and
It's
then
kind of similar to Osaka style, though.
that's the Osaka style.
That is the Osaka style.
And then you cut it into the finger size, right? Edible size. And then there you have it.
So you make in basic you make that long slab and then you cut it with a hocho, or what do you cut it with?
Hocho or knives.
Or knives, and then you
Yeah, you serve.
small.
Yes, small pieces.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So so that's how you do.
And how long would you say that this process takes for the? I mean, after you've practiced it once or twice, let's say, how long would it take you to do it?
All right. So for Osaka style, I mean, you have to be patient. But if you want to make Edomae style, it takes 15 years minimum.
Sure. I mean, but
You have to get
I'm talking about
apprentice.
there's a sort of taboo to do Edomae style in a sense, and
It is.
to attempt it might be futile. But let's say that we go for Osaka style, and we
Or Temari or
and
Masu
hold on.
sushi, right?
So we got Osaka style, Temari, Masu sushi.
So
there's-
4 different.
So let's get the 4 styles once again.
Yes.
Edomae,
Correct.
and then
Osaka.
Osaka,
Masu.
Masu sushi.
And then Temari.
And where is the Masu sushi usually?
In Gifu area. So
Gifu.
midpoint between Tokyo and Osaka. It's closer to Nagoya.
Like if you go on the bullet train or Shinkansen, how long would it take you to get there if you're a traveler?
An hour.
1 hour from Tokyo to
Roughly,
Gifu?
yes.
So you can go to Gifu to...
No, you cannot go to Gifu right. So you have
You
to
go to
take the
Nagoya.
Shinkansen bullet train from Tokyo to Nagoya.
Nagoya
You
first.
transfer to local train to Gifu, right? Another
Right.
hour or so. Yeah.
Right, and Nagoya is the, after Yokohama, is it the second, third stop?
Roughly, yes.
Roughly, it's quite fast. Of
well,
course, it's a bullet train.
It's super fast. I mean, 200 miles per hour train. I mean,
Yeah.
300 kilo.
So
per hour.
we have had Edomae, Osaka, Hayasushi, and Temari. Can you tell us about the Temari?
Temari, it's a golf ball size sushi.
Oh, like a golf ball size.
Yeah, so temari means hand molded. Yeah? Yeah, so same ingredients. You put either salmon or tuna or vegetables. Yeah.
Getting hungry already with the salmon.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
The Temari sushi is often made in homes in Tokyo. Is that all
Yes.
through Japan, or is it just Tokyo?
Throughout Japan.
Throughout Japan.
Yes, but that one you still need a special skill because you cannot squeeze because otherwise becoming too chewy, right? You don't want that.
Right.
So that one still needs some skills. Our business partner, she's the expert, the Temari Sushi.
Right, and we will be taking a small trip to go and
Yes.
see her in action. And we
Yes.
hope that you'll be able to watch that episode as well.
Absolutely. So I'm specialized more Osaka style or Masu Sushi style.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
And I noticed you saying, we had a question here, like somebody's asking us about Hayasushi. How many, I mean, it seems like there's a plethora of types of Hayasushi. Could you tell us what are the main Hayasushi? Are these the 4 main, or what other types are there? Is that it?
Basically, yes.
That's it, the basic
Yeah.
4, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure there's some underground sushi, but we are not going to discuss about it. You can search for other people.
yeah, I mean, the underground sushi thing is prevalent Amsterdam and Tokyo
Correct.
too, but it is illegal, and we're focusing on the legal.
Yes, the traditional, legit, family-friendly sushi we are talking about. Okay?
So that's right. And then when we get, say, to the types of fish or eel, even, right?
Correct.
Like unagi. How does unagi or freshwater eel? How does it fit into this sushi thing?
Oh, it's easy. So, now, eel, you have to steam it or barbecue it prior to that, right? Once it get cooked,
Steam it or barbecue it?
yes. So Tokyo style, they often steam and then barbecue. Osaka style, you omit the steaming process. You just put
Straight
it down
into-
the grill.
Oh,
Yeah. So
straight onto the grill.
yes.
In
So
Osaka.
after that, you cut into julienne pieces and then put that over the rice cake. Yeah.
Oh,
It's delicious though.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you think that is, you can show us that, right?
Absolutely.
That you don't need a special license to do that.
No,
you
not
know.
at all, no.
So you'll be able to see that in action. And our objective is that you should, after at least 2 or 3 tries perhaps, you will be able to do it yourself. Okay, so
Alright.
is there anything else that we should
Now,
talk
okay, so let's talk about Edomae Sushi, okay? So,
Okay.
unless you order by a la carte, by pieces, different story, but if you order the standard complete sushi set or meal,
Yeah.
this is what you get. Normally, average 8 pieces plus seaweed wrapped rolled sushi. That's-
Seaweed wrap rolled sushi.
Yeah, so about roughly cut into 6 pieces, right? So let's talk about regular sushi, right? So normally it comes with tuna, fatty tuna, squid or calamari, right?
Calamari.
Yellowtail,
Okay. Yellowtail.
sea urchins,
Yellowtail in Japanese is
hamachi,
hamachi. Hamachi. Oh,
yes,
okay.
or
hamachi.
buri.
Buri. Buri is the main word.
Yes.
Yeah, buri. Okay.
Yeah.
Yellowtail. I know buri, but I don't know yellowtail.
Okay.
Or I didn't know until you
okay,
just
so
told me right
sea
now.
eel,
Sea eel.
all right,
Okay.
and then salmon rolls, so salmon egg,
rolls. Yeah.
egg omelet.
Egg omelets.
Now, this is a custom.
Can I go back just to the sea eel a minute, or is that there's a difference between like the Japanese one and the Chinese one, Taiwanese
All
one?
right, so
is it slightly different in
with
taste?
freshwater eel, it's called unagi, categorized as unagi.
Unagi.
But the eel that's swimming throughout the ocean is called anago.
Anago. anago.
Yes,
Anago でしょ?
anago.
Anago. Anago is quite different to unagi.
Yes, totally different.
Totally
Yes.
different.
I love both though.
Yeah, me too. But I think I'm more of a unagi fan. You're more of a unago. But anyway, unago is also really, really good. Yes.
Boy.
And the other ones are. What are the other ones you got?
Egg omelet.
Egg omelet.
Okay, there's a sushi etiquette.
Right.
Okay, so you don't eat egg omelet sushi at first. You eat it at very, very last. Why? Because egg omelet is a symbol of sweets or dessert.
Oh, I see. Because I think a lot of us foreigners, especially at Tokyo Station, at the Kaiten Sushi or revolving sushi,
Yes.
you know, it's very tempting to eat the egg one first.
Because
Sometimes
it's delicious.
it's delicious. So you told me you used to do that as a kid.
And then my mom slapped me, yes.
Yeah, so I think from now on I better...
Today it's okay, but back in the days, so
You would've got a
1970s
slap
or
on the
80s,
hand.
yeah? So, you know, my mom told me that you eat the egg custard sushi at very, very last.
Last. Oh, I love the way you
Yes.
say that.
Okay.
And then
Yes.
there's one and more too.
The rolled sushi?
The rolled sushi, yeah, because it's all a bit confusing.
Okay, rolled sushi made up, so you can search other people, but basically, so there's a one sheet of seaweed or nori, right? Toasted.
And Korean nori taste and Japanese is quite the Korean nori. They kind of add a lot of soy sauce or something. What do they do?
Oil.
Oil.
Sesame oil. I mean, same species though.
It's the same species, but the taste is quite different between the Korean and the Japanese.
Okay, the Korean one is I think it's called gimbap, right?
Gimbap.
Now, difference, I mean, we can talk in other episodes. So basically, the Korean seaweed, Japanese seaweed, same species, but with or without sesame seed oil.
Oh, that's the difference. Just the question of the sesame seed oil or not.
Yeah.
Because I mean, on a
Korean seaweed.
if I could say so, like on the regular basis, I prefer the Japanese one, but occasionally it's nice to have the Korean.
Oh, I love both.
The Korean seaweed.
You know, seaweeds are seaweeds.
Yeah, but I don't on a regular basis
Okay.
to have the Korean one. Well, if you're Korean, you probably go for the Korean one every time. That's also it's always a matter of taste.
A matter of taste. So now let's get back to Japanese style. Okay, so rolled sushi you normally cut into 6 tiny pieces, 1 inch, half inch diameter, and 1 inch, height.
Height, yeah.
So normally, if you order the standard one, they put tuna, not the oily one. It's called akami or red flash
Akami, red
tuna.
flash.
Yes, but nowadays they have some variation with the fatty one. But when I was kid,
Hotondo akami.
most of them are not oily one, just regular akami or red flash. That's it.
Unless you specifically ask for something else, then they would make it for you.
But you pay extra for that.
Of course.
Yes. So
And you might have to wait a few minutes or something.
Yes.
You shouldn't be impatient.
because if you're not patient, sushi masters
Get a
gonna ask
little
you to
bit
leave.
perturbed, or
Yes. Yes.
you've got to be careful with that point.
Because you don't mess around with sushi masters.
They are in control, and you are you are the wonderful victim.
Yes,
And this is
they control the price too.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Marketing price, right?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
exactly right.
So-
You can't expect sometimes, like I went to say Otemachi, which is near Tokyo Station,
Oh yeah.
and with my friend Teherani, and he loves sushi, and he ordered had about 10 pieces, and I had just 2 and a beer, and I thought, it's the first time I'd gone to the place, and I thought to myself, well, I'm going to be paying like 2,000 yen and he'll be paying 5, but that's not the case.
That's not
the
the case.
sushi master will decide the price for each individual person. So even if you have a tiny bit to eat or a lot, sometimes it can be the same price.
Correct.
So be prepared to be controlled by the sushi master of the particular shop.
And now, because you have to trust the sushi master,
You do.
right? So sometimes a bottle of beer and 2 pieces tuna sushi totals up to 5,000 yen or $50, opposed to a complete sushi meal with a bottle of beer, still saying 5,000 yen or $50. Why? Because people who order a la carte normally, because sushi master only make the finest top of the line.
That's
Creme
right.
a la creme
And I was
ingredients.
And when that time, looking back at that time, it was an a la carte order, and I didn't really realize it, and I was waiting, and it's just two extremely yummy pieces
Yeah.
that you're only going to taste once in your life or something. So
It's like
it's
2,000
all,
yen per
you know, it's something that you remember, isn't it? You spend 5,000 yen and boom, you know, you've had the experience, and that's what it's all about. Yeah.
But you had a good time, right?
We did, of course, yeah.
Good.
And I hope you're going to have a good time watching us and seeing
Yes.
Kaz's preparations, where I'm going to be like the beginner who's never done it before.
Okay.
And that's why we're calling it comical.
The
But
Comical
we,
Chef,
we had
yeah.
this idea that anybody has the potential to be able to do this.
Yes, so-
anybody can try, right?
Absolutely.
Even
So
me.
Anybody can do
You
it.
think even
That's
I
why
can do
we
it?
will. I'm gonna show you, the world, how to make Osaka style sushi.
Let's see.
Let's
and
see.
We hope to see you there
Yes.
in the Osaka Style Sushi episode coming very, very soon.
And also Temari sushi
Yeah.
by a business partner, you know?
So,
Yes.
you know, don't hesitate to subscribe.
Yes.
And thank you for watching.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.